Hi everyone, and thanks once again for tuning in to Smash Factor TV. My name's Natalie Adams. Today we're going to have a look at the difference between swinging an iron and getting a good connection, solid strike and a straight shot, and the difference between swinging your driver. So first of all, what we're going to look at is just going to use this hoop just to help you with a visual of what you're trying to achieve differently with each of the swings. Now the iron swing, you're going to be mainly striking off the turf, so it's really important we get the club head moving downwards through the ball and then striking the turf afterwards. The driver, on the other hand, we need to get hitting on the upswing, not the downswing. So this is a big difference between a driver and an iron swing. So if I just use this hula hoop to illustrate, this would be your swing arc. So this is a smaller version of the club moving around your body. If I place the lowest point of the hoop in that position there, you can see we want to strike the golf ball when we're hitting the iron. We want the lowest point for the hoop just to the left of the ball, but that means that when we're swinging through with the driver, which would be on the T-peg here, you can see we're catching that ball on the upswing. So where the bottom part of this swing arc is really important, and that's the main thing we need to kind of influence as we're setting up to hit the ball. So if we look from this way on, if I just take the iron to start with, we want to set up so that the ball is in the middle of the feet. The stance wants to be about shoulder width apart. If you're hitting a pitching wedge or a 9-iron, that's going to be from the centre of the feet, and then the longer the iron gets, the more the ball just moves forward. Okay, next thing we want to do is we need to make sure we've got the hands on the left of the ball. So the hands are ahead of the ball and we've got the shaft leaning forward. Really important again to encourage that downward strike. We need to get the hands in forward. And spine position, we're going to get so that the spine is relatively vertical, okay, and the shoulders feel just slightly higher with the left shoulder, but not too far off being horizontal. Now that again will encourage, with that spine angle, that will encourage you with that hand position just to place a little bit more weight on the left foot, and then as you swing the club back you'll tend to have a slightly steeper swing. Now if we just change to the driver and go for the start position with the driver, this time we've got the ball opposite the left big toe. We've got a much wider stance because we're swinging this club at a lot higher swing speed, so we need a really solid base below us, so widen the feet up. Hands this time aren't ahead of the ball. I would say hands want to be maybe just on the inside of the left thigh, and you want to get the ball, then the club head next to it, and then your hands feeling like they're over the crown or the very top of the driver head, so not getting the hands in front and sort of level with the ball there. So that's a big alteration there. With your spine, again, you want to get your weight very centered. You don't want your weight on your left, slightly more on your left side here. If anything, slightly more on your right foot. So we want to angle the spine back away from the target so that the shoulders, basically, instead of the shoulders being in this sort of position with the driver, you want to get a slightly more incline position with the shoulder, so left shoulder higher than right shoulder and much higher than it would be with the iron. That's going to encourage you from that start position to make a much flatter golf swing, which is what you need to do with this wood to help get the ball up into the air. So if we look down the line now, okay, the iron swing, we would be seeing that the swing plane would be steeper, whereas with the driver swing, because the ball, the shaft is longer, you're going to stand further away from the ball, and because you stand further away from the ball, you change the angle that the shaft sets to the floor, so your swing plane will be more flat, so it'll look more like this with the driver, but with the iron, because the shaft is shorter and you're going to stand closer, it will be more upright. So if we look down the line now with set up for the driver, for the iron, we'd want to see that once we've got that centered ball position, we're looking to get so that when you take your posture up, your arms are very vertical, hands feeling directly under the shoulders in this type of position here. And again, with that forward hand position, the weight slightly on the feet, on the left foot slightly, we're going to make a steeper swing with this club. If we now go to the driver start position from this angle, just peg that ball up. We're a lot further away here with this start position. The hands aren't going to look as directly under the shoulders, they're a little more out in front. You're not going to be as tilted forward with your posture, you'll be a little bit more upright, and with the hand position and what we've talked about with the spine and the left shoulder, you're going to make a flatter shoulder turn as you swing back. So really important with both swings though to be working on turning the shoulders well on the back swing to get a full turn in, and then to be turning the body back at the target as you swing through to hit that straighter shot. But main things to alter would be the distance that you stand from the ball, but that's going to be dictated by the shaft length. That will then alter how much you tilt forward as you take your posture up. Remember, with irons, get your hands directly under your shoulders. Driver, hands are going to be slightly more out towards the ball rather than under the shoulders. Weight position with the iron, more on the left foot, more on the right foot with the driver. Spine more upright with the iron, more tilted away from the target with the driver, and that will affect the shoulder incline as well. You want to catch that driver swing so that you're catching it on the upswing to help launch the ball into the air for maximum distance. But with your iron, you want to hit down, so you're looking to strike the ground after the ball, and that's very, very dictated by where the ball's positioned. So driver, ball's opposite left big toe, but with the irons, you're going to be much more in the centre of the stance. Have a go at working on that on the range so you get used to the changes. Maybe hit one shot with driver, next shot with an iron, then back to driver, then back to an iron, as you would when you're out on the course playing. It'll get you used to those changes, but it really will help you improve when you're out on the course. It's a game-changing golf tip.